I dedicate this replicate of my dad's most favorite poem to the greatest dad one ever had. His readings were matched by no one. To do my part to honor his art, I've committed this poem to memory. With this new skill, I hope and will find my efforts exemplary. Now I had to add, for good or bad, a few new lines of verse. I hope for thee, aesthetically, it does not come out worse. To mark the place of this interface, consider the following signal. I'll doff my hat at the new format, but it can't be seen on Kindle. Green will adorn the printed form, but even that can fail. Unfortunately, some can't see. They can only read in Braille. Last resort, they'll need support from a seeing friend or relation. Someone around that can be found to give them this information. Now gather near, and you will hear an epic of flight and fantasy. The story of old will now be told. The cremation of Sam McGee. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who bowl for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night on the marge of Lake Labage. I cremated Sam McGee. Now Sam McGee's from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to roam round the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but that land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. And he'd often say, in his homely way, he'd sooner live in hell. Now all of them thought they could win in the race for fabulous riches. Some were frozen, few were chosen, and they were sons of bitches. The weak, they failed, the strong prevailed, the ones that could stand the cold. And one could see that Sam McGee was not of this hardy mold. On Christmas Day, we were mushing our way along the Dawson Trail. How can you cold? Through the parka's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we close, then the lashes rose, till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. That very night, when we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, the dogs were fed and the stars overhead were dancing heel to toe. He turns to me, and "Cap," says he, "I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I want that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he felt so low I couldn't say no. And he said with a sort of moan, "It's a cursed cold, and it's got right hold till I'm chill clear through to the bone. Yet take me a dead. It's my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. And I want you to swear that foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains." Well, the Christian way, when one passes away, is to treat the body with dignity. And that land of gold still had a hold on a small spark of civility. Now, Sam McGee could not conceive of a death that had no place. Randomly tossed on the permafrost, his grave could not be traced. And even though some kind old soul took out the time to bury him, wolves around would dig up ground and have a feast on carrion. Well, Sam McGee, as faint as he, abhorred this desecration and chose instead, when he was dead, to have a full cremation. A pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore I would not fail. And we started on at the crack of dawn. My God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on the sleigh and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. And by nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death. And I hurried horror-driven. With a corpse half in I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, "You may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate those last remains." Well, a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart how I cursed that load. In the long, long night, by the lone firelight, and the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Oh God, how I loathe the thing. And every day that quiet glade seemed to heavy and heavier grow. But on I went, though the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, I was half mad, but I swore I wouldn't give in. And I'd often sing to that hateful thing, and it hearkened with a grin. Morality demanded me to fulfill my partner's wish, ravishingly destroying me, a curse I couldn't dismiss. Trees were rare, no fuel was there to do incineration. Complete despair, no hope was there to finish the operation. Mile after mile for a long, long while, I cursed my deathbed promise. Woe is me, no sympathy in my heart. I felt no solace. As I recall, I lost it all to a vivid imagination. I lost all pluck, ran out of luck, and dreamed of hell's damnation. Till I came to the marsh of Lake Lavage. A derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, and I saw in a trice. It was called the Alice May. I looked at it. I thought of it. Then I looked at my frozen chum. And here said I, in a sudden cry, is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was laying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. The flames just soared, and the furnace roared. A blaze you'll seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. Then I made a hike, for I did not like to hear him sizzle so. And the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks. I don't know why. And a greasy smoke and an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear. But the stars came out and danced about, ere again I venture near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peek, and sighed. I guess he's cooked. It's time I looked. Then the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, in the heart of the furnace row. And he wore a smile, you could see a mile. And he said, please close that door. That's fair in here, and I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, this is the first time I've been warm. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who mold for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night on the march of Lake Lavage. I cremated Sam McGee.